Welcome, Divine Soul. Our beloved Master OSHO said there were two traditions in the world that created the most enlightened people. One is Zen, which was born out of Buddha's teachings. The other is Sufism, born out of Muhammad's insight. Osho said, these two traditions have created the greatest light in our world. But we cannot find a single name in the Zen tradition compared to Mansoor, a Sufi saint. For the simple reason, no Zen master was chopped off, killed and crucified alive. Osho said in the Dhammapada, The Way of the Buddha, Volume 7, Chapter 4. The mystic Sufi saint Mansoor became the eternal light. He was killed brutally, chopped into parts. He was killed part by part. They cut off his legs, his hands, took out his eyes, his tongue, and then his head was cut off. Mansoor became the most precious saint in the Sufi tradition, which is a very rich tradition. They have Jalaluddin, Rumi, so many masters who have been enlightened, but there is no one who can be compared to Mansoor. In Sufis, The People on the Path, Volume 1, Chapter 1, Osho explains, someone asked Mansoor, the greatest mystic ever, what is the ultimate in Sufi experience? Al Hillaj said, tomorrow you will see what the ultimate in Sufi experience is. But nobody knew what was going to happen the next day. The man asked again, why not today? Al Hillaj said, you just wait, it's going to happen tomorrow, the ultimate. And the next day Al Hillaj was crucified. And when he was crucified, he shouted loudly for his friend who had asked the question. He said, where are you hiding in the crowd? Now come on and see the ultimate in Sufism. This is what it is. If you start living in God, you become intolerable to the so-called society. The society lives in hypocrisy, and when Mansoor is gone, you can go on talking about him. But when he's there, as long he's there, he's a blazing fire. Only those who are ready to be consumed by the fire will be ready to fall in love with Mansoor. Someone wanted to know about his karma. Mansoor had a wife, but on the quest to God, he left her. He said, for your sake, God only, I hurry over land and water. I cross the desert and split the ocean and the mountains in two, and I turn my face away from all things until the time I reach the place where I'm alone with you, O God. In the Sufi traditions, there had also been enlightened women and Many of them were not known, like Rabia, and many of them were stoned to death, like Mansoor. Mansoor had a friend, and on the day he was slaughtered, he was laughing. Stones were thrown at him by the masses, but Mansoor was laughing. He said, "You cannot deceive me, Lord." But suddenly he started to cry, because his dear friend Shibli had thrown a rose out of his fear of the mass. Mansoor cried because of Shibli's fear. He said, "The ignorant don't know what they do, but Shibli knows, and it will be difficult for him to get forgiveness." Shibli wept over the whole thing until his dying day. And still, Shibli asks Mansoor for his forgiveness today. In Books I Have Loved, Chapter 6, Osho explains us why Mansoor had been killed in the most cruel way. Osho says, Anal Haq is his declaration, and it means, I am God, and there is no other God. I am whole. Muslims could not forgive him, so they killed him. But can they kill one like Al Hillaj? That is impossible. Even while they were killing him, he was laughing. He said, "You are not killing me, you are killing only the body. And I have said it again and again that I am not my body. Ana al-Haq, I am God himself." Men and women, like Al-Hillaj Mansoor, are the very salt of the earth. Mansoor has not written a single book. Just a few of his declarations have been collected by his lovers and friends. I will not even say followers, because men like Al-Hillaj never accepted followers. They only accepted lovers and friends.